You have a lady friend?
Justin's been rolling with a lady friend since, like, 5 Ever Spaghetti.
No. Me and my ex-girlfriend broke up, like, a month and a half ago.
Oh no! That's sad! Oh, well, we'll start off this stream with my condolences. And
now
then
I can be a man whore.
Yeah, then we'll also start off the stream with me saying, she didn't deserve you! But anyways, welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group 1, Episode 15. You guys had 15 whole episodes. And if you give me 1 second. And had to... Yeah, I was gonna say, had to lock the door. Got a whole bunch of family in town for 4th of July. But, anyways... we got Wesley tonight controlling Dirge. We got JD controlling Malik.
Okay.
Taylor
for the last night.
Morphlim.
Whiskey controlling Whiskey.
Taylor controlling Lumagrax the Undying. He earned a title last week.
Oh yeah.
Woody controlling Justin, basically.
Yes. My Woody control.
Woody controlling Justin, who's controlling Woody. And I will be in charge of everybody else tonight. We are Sans Ben and Sans El Jefe. When we last left this group off, oh boy, what a session it was. Oh boy. You guys invaded the Nakart keep where the Surreals were staying. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get to stealth in, and you sounded an alarm, and security protocols were going off when you guys rushed the main chamber. You saw somebody being guarded by
What do you mean, unfortunately? That was the plan!
Oh yeah, that was the plan, wasn't it? You guys saw somebody being guarded by
a massive success!
A bunch of guards, and you guys just bull rushed her, and then teleported out using your very rare candle that you had. I have to check the rarity level that I put on those candles, but I think now that it's burnt once, its rarity drops to uncommon. But anyways, yeah, you guys moved to the safe house where Elena was positioned, and a guard managed to follow you. We ended last session off with Elena putting the kidnappee and the guard to sleep, and then Dirge executing the guard. So I feel like it's appropriate, since we don't have Jeff, to start off from there. So it is getting near about 1 AM in the morning. You guys are in a safe house you guys are in a wooden house, completely surrounded by wood. You don't know where you're at in the city. There is a barred window in the room, with moonlight shining in. The whole room is dark. On the floor is the corpse of a guard you guys murdered. And scurried into the other corner is the woman you kidnapped. Elena put her to sleep and began searching through her gear. Elena pulls a oath blade made of a black metal from her waist, a signet ring. I think those were the 2 items I said she was able to. There might have been a third. She pulls the oath blade and the signet ring off of the woman's sleeping body, and says, "Yep, this is Rachia." And she she had 2 signet rings. That was it. She palms both of the signet rings, showing them towards the party.
What's a Rachia?
Can we sell?
Lena says, you guys actually nabbed the person you were supposed to get. Good job.
Thank you.
Did you think
we tried hard?
So when we get paid?
Lena says, if you'd like, I can handle selling her off. This would be easy things. I have other business to attend to with some of the other nobility in town.
Sell her off to who?
Cut of the profit if you sell her.
Elena shrugs and says, "What's money?" Or rather, I guess she'd say, "What's money anyways?"
Important. Very important. So who are you selling her to?
She huffs and says, "Well, I'm hoping who's ever bankrolling this Heart of Embers fanatics would be stupid enough to buy her."
Why would they want to buy her?
Oh, that was the other item that I mentioned. It was 2 signet rings, a holy symbol, and a oath blade made of black metal that Elena pulled off her body. She gestures to the holy symbol. It marks, or rather, it's a symbol dedicated to the wills of Ililia. And she just holds her hand out underneath the symbol and says, she represents everything that their faith is against.
Can Malik take the Oathblade?
He can.
Okay. He'll heft it for a minute. Does he recognize it as ceremonial?
I mean, how long's Malik been here? He's seen married people walk around with these, definitely fancy people holding swords that aren't really meant for combat. He would see it doesn't have any good... It's not very deadly. It's more elegant than deadly. If you want, you can roll a history check DC 7 for if Malik knows the marriage tradition here. I fully expect Malik to be able to fail that.
Same. I actually kind of wanted to fail that one. But no, he's gonna heft it and say, "I never understood the point of these things. Can we hawk this?"
What's the point he
asks Elena.
Elena nods and says, but to offense. She grimaces and says, "Those things are recognized."
Recognized as horrible in combat. Heyo!
Useful.
Let me see that thing.
I hand it to Dird.
I flex it in my hand.
Yeah,
You mean you bend it?
I flex it, yeah.
The metal holds to your just simple testing. But you do know you do feel it's more pliable than the average sword.
So it has a temper to it.
Yes.
And it's not just like, okay, how's the edge on it?
It actually, I'm gonna roll a percentage die on that. I imagine it'd be sharp until Anadelia realizes this woman's clumsiness with weapons. And let me see if you can unsharpen a sword.
You can.
Yeah, Dirge inspecting it would notice that it has a decent edge, that it was crafted with with a high mark of craftsmanship, but it was dulled down.
She can't be trusted with a properly sharpened blade.
Well, she did trip into a corner, so...
Sad. So...
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back.
So we could sell her to these Heart of Embers people. Or we could sell her back to those nobles.
As you guys are talking, Elena looks over and says, "Oh, shh, shh, shh." She bends down in front of, or she's not shushing you. She bends down in front of the woman who's now coming to, and has her hand in front of her mouth. The woman's eyes, Arachia's eyes immediately go wide, and Elena says, "Don't scream and we won't tie you up." Rachia stays
I think what you
silent.
mean is, don't scream and we don't let Dirge have his way with you.
Oh, snap.
I mean,
Elena's gonna look over and say, "Hey, not going to happen."
What? He'd probably just crush her skull like a grape.
She looks over and says,
Simple pleasures.
"At worst, we sell you into slavery. We're not murdering her, and we're not raping her."
Whoa, you brought that up.
Well, don't make her promises you can't keep.
Elena says to you, "Hey, I always keep my promises."
Well, don't speak on our behalf. Listen, you stay there, be quiet, you'll be just fine. You try anything stupid, we'll just break your legs.
She nods and says, "Do you want money? My
Yes.
family can give you money."
Lots of it. Tons of it. Just oodles and oodles of money. All the money if possible.
How much would your family pay to not have you burned alive?
She swallows a lump in her throat and says, I don't know. 5,000
That's a better
gold?
question that you probably have a more precise answer to. How much is your family worth?
She
How much are you worth to your family?
She shrugs and shakes
Better-
her head and
better
says,
yet.
My brother was supposed to be the heir. I've just been trying to get a hold of all of this.
Wait a second, you have a notes blade. That means you're married. How much are you worth to your partner?
And your family?
And she says, she's rich. She's rich, she has friends.
She's rich, yes, but that doesn't answer the question. How much are you worth to her?
She looks around, swallows again, and says, I don't know.
I don't know are not words that you need to be speaking to us right now.
Yeah, I'd recommend against those.
Telling the truth would probably save your legs.
Her legs? What are you going to do with her legs?
Break them.
Oh, I thought you were going to spread them.
Okay, better question. You said you don't know? How do you not know? Was your marriage just a political one or something?
She nods and says, at first.
Okay,
You have
then
Stockholm
let us
syndrome.
rephrase. How much are you worth to the people who want you to remain married?
She says, I think I fulfilled that purpose. Hopefully a lot.
Or
Pregnant?
it could be worthless. Alright, cool.
Don't make us divorce you. How do we do that?
I think she would be too afraid to be confused by Woody's comment.
Okay,
Are you-
hello guys.
Woody, I think that's hardly a question to ask. But actually, on second thought, it's probably a really appropriate question to ask. Proceed, Woody.
Pregnant because you said you fulfilled their needs a lot.
She says, well, my brother was supposed to get married to her, And my father hoped our marriage would open people more up to our faith in this country, being married to someone so powerful. And when he left, or we thought he died...
Stop. No question. Are you pregnant?
She tilts her head and says,
considering,
wait,
Woody, that she
no.
just said she, probably not.
Can you even do that?
She's made it pretty clear that the second person in this marriage is a woman.
Oh.
Be with child and be with a woman. What are you not progressive thinking enough there, Malik?
Whoa! I'm confused. Wait. Malik begins to consider this proposition, and I'm going to make an intelligence check to see how this goes. Malik crumples in on himself. He doesn't get it. Malik will be unavailable for the next 5 minutes.
Elena just like watches this transpire, this conversation, and says, "My lackeys are even more incompetent than those cultists. Did not think that was possible."
Hey, look here, woman. We stormed.
Don't call us incompetent.
But where were you when we stormed? We were already through the rest of the castle before you two even bothered to show up.
She said, I secured this place for you. I got you your outfits, and I got you the candle for a way out.
And we stormed the castle by ourselves. So, incompetent isn't a word that should be in your vocabulary regarding us right now.
We did do the job that you requested.
Please excuse me.
Wait a second. Does Dirge know incompetent?
Yeah.
Does Dirge know the word vocabulary?
I have an intelligence of like 14.
But she says, "Excuse me, Master Barbarian. I meant lacking of vast amounts of social knowledge."
Look at there, a woman that uses sarcasm. What are the odds? I'm sorry, it's a 12 intelligence.
You got my hopes up, Wesley.
Well, 12, 14. I'm literate. That's good enough for a half-orc.
Elena at that comment would just like hiss like, "Brutes! Ugh! We'll be happy when we burn this country."
So will we.
Brutes that haven't been paid yet, I should add.
She shrugs and says,
I think promise of our payment has been delayed until we get rid of, well, that one.
We can get rid of her now.
Yes, but now wouldn't bring us money. We need to wait until we can get a large sum of money.
The longer we keep her, the more at risk it puts us. So, the sooner we get her out of our hands, the better.
Woody would notice Rachia slipping a small piece of parchment out of a small little scroll pouch at her waist.
Hey, what do you got right there? Give me that pouch and give me that parchment.
As you go for it, she says, it's blank paper. She drops it, putting her hands up. The parchment falls to the ground.
I'm gonna walk over to her and grab her by the ankle and start dragging her out in the middle of the floor. Like, I warned you,
search her,
not to do anything funny.
She says, "It's just paper."
You know, don't lie to us. What were you doing?
Take all her clothes off and search her.
I will snap your legs like twig. You better start talking.
I feel like that may be a touch extreme.
Have one.
And she says, it's paper. Anadelia told me just write on it whenever I'm apart from her.
So it's speak paper.
She says, I don't know.
Elena, what is this
Malik
called?
will pick up the piece of paper and write "New phone, who dis."
Alright, get back in
Alright.
the corner.
No,
I
he
see you
writes,
trying anything else.
Does this work?
Shoot.
Malik writes that on the paper. The ink sticks to the paper. It now says, does this work?
I stare at it intently for at least an hour.
Alright, Malik is indisposed for an hour. The ink does not move for your first 30 seconds of staring at it.
So how does this thing work? She said write on it if you need her.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rachia is in the room with you guys. Rachia says she carries a ledger with her. She reads from it, and I don't know. I think she can scry on the paper?
Say I don't know again.
I burned the
Say
paper.
it one more time.
Alec, let her write how much am I worth to you on that paper.
I stopped burning the paper for a moment.
Alec,
I
let
glance
her
at
write.
them with a small flame puckering from my finger, and I say, "Yes, that would probably be more prudent, wouldn't it?" I hand them the paper.
Here, write what I tell you to write, or we kill you.
Alrighty.
Lay it on the floor.
Yeah, she takes the parchment and says,
On the floor where we can see it.
do
Right.
you have any ink?
Because I'm sure he wrote with something. And I
I
point
do
at Malik.
here.
Alright, she begins writing on the parchment.
How much am I worth to you?
The first words you see is, or actually, yeah, I guess you would just write that, how much am I worth to you?
Okay, now what happens?
She shrugs and says, I don't know. I'm seldomly apart from her side. I've never had to use this. The paper
Elena.
now says, does this work? How much am I worth to you? It
Can
looks like
stop
an ordinary
scrying.
sheet of paper. Say that again, Justin?
Is there? I was talking to Elena. I was asking if there was any way we could stop scries from coming in this room.
She...
That's Elena's.
Yeah, she shakes her head and says, there's spells to stop teleportation, mobility, things like that. Scrying, I can protect people, but not locations.
Can you protect this lady here from scries?
She looks her over and says, not immediately. That's
maybe
why
too
we
late
need
now.
to. That's why we need to get her moving.
So Grax is gonna
Okay,
take the
well.
paper and draw a penis.
Yes.
Okay, underneath.
Where are our manners? We haven't introduced ourselves, Draws.
Yeah, I was gonna say, she still has no idea why you guys kidnapped her other than, well, we're gonna sell you for money.
She's gonna come back to her ledgers like 16 unread messages.
It's all penis now.
Malik
So-
will proceed to Malik will ask for the paperback from Grex.
X gives the paper back.
Malik begins to scribble on it. Like just doodles.
It's going to start looking like our maps usually do.
Eventually, yes, that is the plan.
Well, there goes our sense of like intimidation. She was captured by kindergartners.
Pulls out paper. What is this? Well, I thought it was a way to contact my wife, but instead it's just a tennis ball. Go get it! Go get it, Malik!
That's some strange ancient dialect. 1332, what?
After a few scribbles in, Malik will look around and say, "So, what's the plan here?"
Are we selling this woman, or we need to like stole her and get a civil war going? Wasn't that the original plan?
The original plan was to get as much money as we could from her.
And start a war at the same time, right?
Well, that may be accomplished one way or another. See, it is a bit sad that they can't even bother to respond to her cries of distress and penis drawings, apparently.
Wait,
but yeah, maybe.
Girl, what family are you from again?
She says, from or belong to. She says, Sarel Renalpaw. Renalpaw Sarel.
I'd like to do a
Pretty.
hang on. I'm pulling my character sheet up. Perception check to see if she's lying.
Alrighty.
Right.
You're doing
That I can tell.
You're doing a perception check. Of you.
Lying to me.
You notice, sitting on her waist are her 2 signet rings. One of the Sarel family, and the other one of the Renalpaw family.
Cool. Okay.
And-
So what I say we do.
And for the future reference, Justin, like trying to discern a lie would be like insight, like looking into their body language and stuff. Perception would just be like closely inspecting them with your eyes and, you know, just looking for like visually like clues of like what they're wearing or things like that.
We just visualize.
Either way, I got what information I needed.
Yeah.
Do is we wait, string her up and kill her in the middle of the night. Enemies of one of those families' enemies' signias own her.
Or we could just give them to these fanatics.
And help them out and let them actually get the satisfaction of killing her when we can have the satisfaction of killing her.
Well, I get very little satisfaction from killing a defenseless woman. It's more the fact that the only reason we went through this trouble was to get money out of her anyway. And
We could sell her to the fanatics. What if we sold her dead body to the fanatics?
Would they even buy a dead body?
Elena shakes her head and says, "I doubt it."
Alright, let's just sell her to the fanatics. Yeah, let's just sell her to the fanatics.
I hope that we could threaten to sell her to the fanatics, and that would urge her family to, you know, greater action. But they seem to be preoccupied with more important things at the moment. Have they read our messages yet? Does it say like a little script under the messages if they've been read?
No, it doesn't. There's, just looking at this visually, there's no way to tell that there's anything not mundane about this paper, or this parchment.
We just been regular parchment this whole time.
She's been trying to buy time so that they could scry her.
I'm gonna be pissed if she tricked us.
Right? Let's just give her to Elena and let her sell her, and we'll take the money from it.
I suppose we were being greedy.
That's just us, though.
Well, we're poor. We need money.
I say, Elena, you can have her, and we're just gonna. Where are we, by the way? Because I'd like to go rest somewhere.
That's correct.
Rachia backs up from the middle of the floor a little bit and says, "You need money? Have you considered employment? My family would play very well."
How well?
She looks over to Elena and says, "How much is she paying you?"
She hasn't paid us anything yet.
So basically, you may begin bidding.
Yeah.
We're not unreasonable, gentlemen. We can.
Well, I mean,
Be
we're
bargained with.
semi-unreasonable.
Well, we're. If nothing else, we're honest.
Yes, that.
Honest.
Wait,
uh,
wait,
that
wait.
that we have.
Elena looks very bored at this conversation. As it's taking place between the two of them, or rather, as you guys and Rachia begin like this bidding process. Rachia says, "Double." Elena says nothing.
00 is still 0, I think.
Malik says, "No. She may be onto something." He then pauses for a moment and says, "No, you know what? Yes, double of nothing is still nothing. Yes, right. We want money,
A lot of money.
So here's the deal.
tons of it.
Contact your family in any way you know how. We're going to ransom you to them, and then we're going to sell you to the fanatics."
And she says, "But you wouldn't rather have a higher source of income that's consistent?"
Not in the line of work that your family wants us to be in.
She says,
Unless,
"Well, you
of
did
course,
kill a
you're-
bunch of guards. I think we'll need more of those."
Yeah, but see, we're not very good at protecting so much as we are very good at killing everything else.
Well, we're very preemptive in our protection.
Incredibly so. One might say with great prejudice.
Outright racism, even. What's that word?
She says there's a conflict about to happen at the border. Anadelia's been supplying troops there. She could always use more mercenaries. Plenty of things to kill.
Does she have ties to the Ruby merchants?
She nods.
Well, see, that's no good because we don't like those guys.
So, you just lost your people.
Trying to put us on the front line. I see how it is.
You just want us to die.
And she says, "I said no such thing. Life is sacred."
Mm-hmm.
Life is cheap. Yours especially, apparently.
Yes, in addition to those things, it's also brutal, short, and unfair.
Sure.
And uncomfortable. Itchy.
Totally unfair.
I said uncomfortable.
Elena says, "Alright, if you're done with that, we're wasting time." She walks forward and proffers a sheet, Yeah, she would have a... Well, actually, I gotta roll a percentage die, because I don't know what Elena's been writing on. Oof. Yeah, she would have a sheet of parchment, and she'd pull it out and say, well, I had our map... I had mapped out 2 more safe houses for us to move her to. But I don't know how safe these will be. She hands the parchment over to you, and it is a map of the region of the city you guys are in. On it are 2 X's and a triangle around the area, are forming a triangle with the area you're in now. Elena points to one and says, I'm gonna go secure 2 more, and you guys meet me here, and I'll... these next ones won't be written on parchment.
You taking the girl with you?
She says, I have no use for her. I've told you, we need to get rid of her. If you want money, go ahead and sell her off, but my father has vaults all across the city, so whatever we need, we can get.
I feel that would have been something you could have let off with a long time ago.
That's right.
She shrugs and says, what is gold worth when you have everything you need?
Is there a table nearby?
In this room, there is actually a table. It is by the door.
I'd flip the fucking thing. I've almost reached my limit with you. You pompous, arrogant, self-entitled little...
Alright, Dirge.
Man.
Houses. We're gonna take this woman out back.
You're taking her outside? That was a question.
Query. I said yes.
Alrighty. Okay. Elena prepares to leave too, following you guys. Do you restrain Rachia or carry her, or how do you inform her she's moving outside?
I have my hand on her arm.
She does not seem to be putting up much of a fight.
She can break and run at any moment.
And then you guys will set her on fire and send Chase Master Dirge to break her legs. So, I think she's set. But anyways, yeah, you lead her outside. As you guys are leaving the house, bells start to chime across the city. Just bell after bell after bell after bell until the whole city is just this cacophony of achromatic ringing bells.
Hey, should we maybe disguise her?
Throw a blanket over her head.
That's kind of obvious.
She shakes her head and says, "I don't spend much time with common folks. Not because I don't like you guys. It's I haven't had the chance. I won't be recognized. I'm fine."
We're not.
Let's carry her. Act like she's hurt.
Let's just make this clear. We're not going to really believe anything.
Making an insight on that, Brandon.
You're making an insight? Alright, go ahead.
I did.
Yeah, just from her, demeanor, you get the feeling Grax picks up on her is sheltered. Seems pretty sincere in that I haven't been around common folk.
I still say Dirge should bloody her up, and we should carry her like she's hurt.
It would decrease her value.
Still intact.
How about, look, we I'll stand on. I'll stand to her one shoulder. Alex stands to the other. And then someone behind her. We keep her hemmed in.
All right, let's do it.
Because I don't.
You guys were on a third floor of this building. Walking down the stairs to the second floor, it seems abandoned, and then the first floor seems like an absolute rat's nest down here.
Rats.
This walking
Quick,
out
Woody,
into
go commune with them.
walking out into the slums, or rather not the slums, into the streets, you would be able to tell you're in some rat's nest part of town. The houses are all combined together, forming zigzagging streets and alleys. You can't see. You can see the palace and the direction to it. It would be, I guess, if you... Well, no, you guys would just look towards the palace. You wouldn't be able to discern your direction right now. But anyways, as soon as you get outside, bright or high above the city, there is a luminescent purple ball of light. It is outshining the moon.
I'd like to do an Arcana check and see if I know what that is.
You can. A knowledge history check would also work too.
Where's history?
Either or
That's
works.
the same check.
Woody would know that this is the appearance of a guiding star. They appear seemingly random. They appear randomly, oftentimes somewhere near marking the start or end of a big historic event. Their appearances sometimes align with that, sometimes they align with nothing. He also knows the stars don't seem to follow any laws of astrology or astronomy. I think it's astronomy. Astronomy is like the star watching.
Astrology.
Yeah, astronomy is the stars.
Yeah, astronomy. There we go. They don't seem to follow any of the laws of astronomy.
What? Just those stars, or just any stars?
The rest of the night sky moves like normal, rotating around a zenith point. These stars do not. They do not appear on a schedule. They do not always appear in the same season. They come and go, and they don't move like comets. They form in the sky, and then they disintegrate in the sky.
Say we go towards that star, guys.
It is directly above you.
I float up towards it.
Alright!
My people need me.
To put it into perspective, if Woody was to put his fist into the air, like fist as far away from his face as he can, and cover the star, its light reaches the rim of his fist.
Okay.
Well, I don't see how this is going to make us any more money, so...
I say we go to the next safe house marked on the parchment.
Have we got any messages on that parchment yet?
You have not. Elena looks up at the star as you guys walk outside and says, "Oh, I need to go." And she turns, walking in the other direction from you guys. Rachia turns towards Dirge and says, "Do you think we could stop for a moment and pray?"
Pray? To what?
She nods and says, "These things only happen once in a lifetime."
let's just be. I think you should just be thankful that you're alive to see it right now. It's
I
just
heard
another.
along.
Not only that,
Just-
but prayer is worthless. So
It's just a ball of light in the sky, nothing more.
Behind and follow Elena.
Woody follows Elena.
You guys can follow me too if you want to, but I'm going with Elena.
As Woody turns to follow Elena, she stops and says, I just need to consult with the plans. This doesn't concern you.
She's spooked by the star.
But wait, I thought your plans were our plans.
And she nods and says, my plans are for someone else's plans.
This is a triangle here. And we're all on the same level.
She says, your plans help my plans, and when my plans succeed, you'll be able to get to your goals, but my plan succeeding only helps somebody else's plan succeeding. It's more like a tier.
We can't keep standing out here in the middle of the street. We need to get moving. Either way.
A tear. Who's crying?
Y'all can take the lady to the next safe house. I'm gonna sit here and figure out why the hell she thinks we're below us.
Because she's noble. They're incapable of thinking any differently.
yes.
She raises a finger and says, hey, I wasn't born nobility, I was technically born filthy rich.
Same
Below her.
stain.
Same damn thing. Either way, you need to keep us on the same page as you.
Sorry about that. Hold on, give me 1 second. You need the charger? Okay. Sorry about that. What did you say, Justin?
Page as you, and you need to keep us on the same page as you.
She nods and says, well, the most I can tell you is I don't know what we'd technically be called. A Deliath is 7 people large. We serve the most beautiful being in the world, and there are things that they want to accomplish from us. She nods and says, I think that's about the most I'm able to tell you.
More fanatics.
I gotta look to make sure I use the right word.
My grandmother just now called me, so I've got to go. I got to BRB real quick.
Okay. I mean, we could. Do we want to stay for that conversation, or do we just want to move on to a safe house and let Woody catch up later?
Yeah, we can have Woody catch up later, but yeah, you guys do hear Elena tell you she's part of Adelia.
Alright, well, I guess we'll just head on to the next hideout.
Alright, you guys can discern just from the map that you have and the direction of the palace that you're in a part of town called Eileen. The next safe house is in the middle of Eileen. It's much nicer than the last place you guys stayed. There's actually a hearth lit here. The door is closed. As is common with this part of town, all the buildings are linked together. This one, however, has stone shingles on it. Or some type of ceramic shingles. This house is 2 stories high, too. Rachia, who is shivering at this point, says, "It's so cold. There's a fire. Can we go in?"
Stay here. Let me take a look first. I'm gonna go up and test the door.
The door is unlocked.
Alright. I'm gonna open it up and peek in.
There is, this house is much nicer. There is furniture, here, around the fire. There is one man sitting on the large sofa. He looks over to you, as you open the door. He's got grizzly white hair, and you recognize him as Terror.
Oh, werewolf?
Yes. Werewolf in human mode.
Alright, I'm gonna push open the door and say, I thought I smelled wet dog.
He says, "You got the girl out. Nice. I'd silence that mouth if I was in your shoes."
Well, you're not, so deal with it.
Oh, excuse me. He stands up and says, "Elena's not here to stop me from ripping out your throat."
Good. Take a swing then.
He's gonna do so.
Alright.
He takes a swing at, Dirge. What is Dirge's AC?
16. I'm sorry, 18.
Nope, it's still 19 because Mage
19.
Armor lasts for 8 hours.
Alright. Let me pull up his stat
Wait.
block.
Or is it, I'm sorry, is it +4? Major armor?
+3.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, proceed. Otherwise it'd be 20.
That mage armor is coming in doing all types of work for you guys.
It's a first level spell too, ain't it? Or second
Yep.
level spell. I love it.
Seems good.
So what we got right now?
Oh, well, the first iteration of Terror Cry I used was a much lower level creature, so I'm just leveling him up to where he's supposed to be, and I'm looking at his base attack bonus. Because he could, or not his base attack bonus, what his proficiency bonus is at his level. So he could miss you with that 19.
I mean, I don't know. I still haven't figured out if you can really get much higher than 20 on an AC.
You can.
He is going to touch your AC. His claw kind of shrieks through the air at lightning speed and stops just next to Dirge's face. Nearly as quick as Dirge can react to it, it's there. His claw is hovering moments from Dirge's throat. And he says, "It would be so easy just to cut you."
One moment, please.
I just walked to my grandma's house and back, sorry.
So I hit his AC?
That is going to hit his AC. You attacking him back, or you holding the blow?
Sort of while he's finishing that sentence, I'm going to just like put my fist right in his gut.
All right.
He's like, you don't talk during a fight, dumbass.
Do you guys want to roll initiative against Terror Cry?
Sure, let's do it.
You see him growling on the floor for a minute.
Hey, why aren't we fighting Terror Cry?
Because he's a douche.
You are not. You're with Elena. Keep in mind, you guys are still on your hit points from the last fight.
There, you don't have a healer.
I'm not rolling initiative.
Does
You said he's on the floor?
He's on the floor. He's hunched over. You see his muscles start to bulge as they grow and fur starts to sprout from them. But go ahead and give me initiative rolls.
Is it just me?
Is it Dirge and
That's-
Malik, or is it just Dirge? I mean, right now he's kind of got a vendetta against Dirge. He was the one who hit him.
Technically, he struck first. He just didn't follow through. I don't have that same trepidation.
Grax needs healing.
All right, so since it's just Dirge and Terror Cry, we're going to do this as
Come on, JD. JD.
Oh, I'm gonna say Malik is surprised for the first round of combat. I don't know what.
That's not how initiative works.
Yeah.
I rolled initiative. I just go at
yeah, I'm just. Yeah, you're fine.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so Dirge and Terror enter into combat. Roll damage on that punch.
It's a set damage.
Okay.
Because it was an unarmed strike, so which would make it. Yeah, it would just be 6 damage.
Alrighty. He becomes a large creature on the floor in front of him. Then he looks up to Dirge, snarling, wolf head and all. He is in his hybrid form, and leaps forward with claws outstretched towards Dirge. He makes 2 attacks. And
I can do that too.
yeah, they are going to hit and hit.
Okay. Need a calculator. Give me a calculator. Should have this thing pinned by now.
All right. And I'm rolling. Or no, I'm not going to roll damage for him. Oh yes, I am going to roll damage because I don't feel like doing this every time. Go ahead and give me a Constitution save. He runs into you with his claws, and he then bites at your shoulder with his fangs.
15.
Do you make those with advantage?
Yeah, they're my strength and constitution are my
Yeah, when you have proficiency in a save, you add your proficiency bonus to it. You don't always make it with advantage.
Would that still be 2 at level 5?
No, at level 5 it should be +3.
Okay, so make that 12 would be a 13 then. Yep.
I'm gonna pull up your character sheet on my other screen, but it should have that factored in already for you.
No, I have 60 even. There we go. Even hit dice. Because I rolled it last time. I didn't think that it's still there. It may still be in the rolls.
Yeah, it's got your proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
for
I forgot to update it at the top of the screen where it says...
Okay, yeah, so that is going to be 13.
Okay, yeah.
That 13 is not going to pass his curse check.
Okay.
Dirge has been cursed. He does not know the effects of which yet. And he takes... you take 15 piercing damage from the bite. And you take 8 plus 5 is going to be 13 damage from the claw attacks.
So we've got 6 and half of 15 is what?
Half of 15 is are you raging?
Yeah.
Can you rage when it's not your turn?
It's like he raged while he was transforming.
Okay, that's fair. And does Dirge have rages left?
Yeah, I mean he only used one.
Alrighty. Yeah. Round up on the damage.
So it was 7. The 15 is 7 damage, and then what was the other one?
The other one was 13 piercing damage, or 13 slashing damage.
Okay, so 7 and 6, so 13.
It is now Dirge's turn.
Okay, let me just... Whoops. Let me just update my hit points real quick. Alright, I'm going to go around attack. 2 attacks with my hammer. And that's going to be... just for the +9. So here comes the first one. I can't think. Here we go. 23 on the first.
Alright, give me one quick second on that. I gotta look at when something activates.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yes, that hits.
Okay, I'll go ahead and roll the other one.
Alright.
Okay.
Oof. That one is not gonna hit. We are not using
Alright.
critical fails, though, so you are alright.
Oh, good deal. Alright.
Roll me damage on the first.
2. Sorry, it's taking so long to go. 16.
Alright. He takes the... Or rather, he is a werewolf, so... it's going to be a very long combat.
Maybe not.
Before Malik moves, he takes a legendary action and stands up over
Legendary
Dirge.
actions have to be taken at the end of another combatant's turn.
Yeah,
Not
he's
at the
taking it
start
at the end
somebody
of
else's.
Wesley. He's taking it at the end of Dirge's turn.
Okay. Just bear in mind.
Yeah, he takes a legendary action, stands up and howls, and says, "Oh, little pup, you're gonna have to do better than that!" Everybody, go ahead and give me a wisdom save against fear.
I'm not there.
Always get the good rolls on the other one.
His save is 16. You guys are all terrified. Let's see the fear condition. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Alrighty, it is Malik's turn. You guys weren't supposed to fight him, by the way. Not yet, at least.
Quick question. Do we get to roll at the end of our turns for the sphere?
This effect, let me look up a similar one to it, because I've just got him scribbled down. And I will get back to you on that. I'll allow you any missed rolls. But you can go ahead and take your turn.
I'll be back in a second.
Alright.
Since I'm not part of this combat, it'll take me a minute.
Okay. Well, since I have disadvantage, but he doesn't have advantage, I'm going to just get around it like that. I'm gonna cast Acid Splash on him. He makes a DC 15 Dexterity save.
All right. Looking at what saves he's got. Because he could fail that. On that 9. Oh. For being a lycanthrope, you don't get any base bonuses in your saves.
Correct.
But yeah, he fails that save.
He takes 6 acid damage.
Alrighty. It is his turn. He is going to once again just keep shredding into Dirge. Doing a bad job at it. And that second one is going to be a lot better. This time, luckily, Dirge dodges the bite attack. But unfortunately takes 15 damage from his claw attack.
So
He is disregarding Malik.
7. Okay.
It is Dirge's
Brandon.
turn. Yes.
For a similar effect, you might consider looking at a Lich's frightening
yes,
phase for
I
the
did.
legendary action.
I did look at that, and you can save again at the end of your turn.
Fantastic.
Okay. Ooh, not.
Malik's fear dissipates.
Alright. First attack. 23.
That's gonna hit.
Alright. Second attack. 22.
That's also going to hit.
Okay. First attack incoming. 13. Second. 18.
Alrighty. At the end of Malik's turn, or I'm sorry, at the end of Dirge's turn, he takes another legendary action.
I can need to roll that save as well. Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Re-roll me those, both of those attacks too, because you had disadvantage on them.
Hold on. Consider the following. Both of those first ones could have been the first attack, which would have been a hit either way. So just roll 2 more attack rolls.
Yeah.
See if the second one actually
go ahead and
hits.
roll me 2 more.
And we'll just keep the damage rolled in case it hits.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Alright, that second one is going to miss.
I'm going to use inspiration on that one. Make it an 18.
Alrighty, yeah, you cancel out your disadvantage.
Okay.
It is his turn. He takes another legendary action. This time, he sinks, or rather, he takes his claws and sinks them into Dirge's flesh. You can give me an opposed strength check.
Okay. Is this an attack or?
Yes, he is attacking you. It is athletics already. Let me check that real quick.
You said it was a strength save.
No, it's an opposed athletics check.
Of course that would.
Yeah,
You're raging. You have advantage on that.
Yeah, I was about to say if your athletics would still be +8, so you would still have that anyways.
Okay. Well,
you came real close to matching his check. He rolled an 18 on that, and is just as beefy as you are. He digs his other claw into your shoulder, and heaves forward, and pushes you past the rest of the group. Onto the wall. The wall, with the force of you guys both colliding into this wall, you hear the wooden boards begin to splinter. You take his claw attack damage, plus a little bit of bludgeoning damage.
okay, go ahead. Whatever.
He pushed you 10 feet. You take 10 slashing damage. Or I guess it'd be piercing damage as he has them dug into you. And then you take an additional 8 bludgeoning damage.
So 9 total?
Yes. I gave those to you separately so you could half them and half them.
Right, I just halved them and then added them
Alright.
together, so yeah.
It is Malik's turn. Oh, wait, why are we still listening to this music?
I want to get adjacent to him, and then cast Thunderwave in such a way that the Thunderwave will not hit Dirge. I assume, are they sharing a space at all?
At this point they are. He has them pinned on the wall.
Okay, but you said Terror Cry is a large creature, so could I just target one of the spaces that he's not sharing with?
Yeah, you can target his back if you'd like.
Okay.
However,
do
there's
so in such a way that would throw Terror Cry across the room and not, but leave Wesley unaffected by the push.
Right now, the scene in front of you, Terror Cry has Dirge grappled against the wall. He is hulking over him with his claws dug into his shoulders. Forcefully pushing Terror Cry off of him. There's no easy way to do it where Dirge is not affected.
Technically, by the rules, if a grappled creature is pushed, but the target of the grapple is not, that ends the grapple.
Yeah, you can do it. But
would that end the grapple?
Yeah, it's going to throw him off of him. However, not without adverse effects.
Okay, hold up a second. Or, because he's grappling, I have advantage on attack rolls against him, do I not?
You do if you take an attack at him.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast Chill Touch on him again. Then... Is his AC 17?
17, I believe, hits his AC. Go ahead and roll me damage. Chill Touch, he loses his reaction.
No, he takes 8 necrotic damage, and he can't regain hit points until next turn.
Alright.
My next turn, specifically. If he happens to be undead, he also has disadvantage on attacks against me.
That 17 is going to hit. But because he's grappled does not mean you have an advantage on the attack roll.
Oh,
I'm looking at the grappled condition. A grappled creature's speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The condition ends if the grappler is incapacitated. See the condition. The condition also ends if the effect removes the grappled creature from the reach of the grappler's effect, such as when the creature is hurled away by a Thunderwave spell. He is still combat aware. But that 17 does hit.
Okay. But yeah, he just takes 8 necrotic and can't regain hit points.
Alright, it is his turn. He turns to Malik and says, "I'll deal with you next."
I'd like to see you try. Dirge is quite powerful.
Turns back to Dirge and says, "This is just where I like them."
I'm gonna spit in his eye.
He has the look of death in his eye. It is Dirge's turn.
Alright. So... I can't... Okay. I am going to imbibe a potion of... I think it's greater healing that we have. And what is that like a standard action? Or how does that work?
This edition, it is an action.
Yeah, it's an action to drink it.
Okay.
You gonna give it to me?
No, I was handed one to give to you, but I had some of my own.
What's Dirge doing?
Yeah, I was just.
Terracry is burying his fangs at you.
I'm getting 20 hit points back, apparently.
Nice. There's no other reaction to make other than nice.
Wow.
Gotta have fun. He's just gonna sit there like gulp, gulp, and then kind of splash a little bit on his face. It's like,
Suddenly it turns into a body wash commercial, and he's just rubbing it all over himself. It's sudden.
Splash some on my face.
Old Spice. And so, can I try to break this grapple?
Your PC. Now back to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say you want to break this grapple.
Okay, I will attempt to break the grapple.
Or does that grapple want to break him?
Absolute max damage. Or anyway, I'm going to athletics.
All right, you have disadvantage on the check. You have advantage on athletics checks. You roll once.
So, all right, here we go. Ooh. Hey.
Woo!
Hey.
Dirge breaks out of the grapple. Just as he does, Terracry snaps forward, biting into the wall, a black mist seeping from his mouth. The wall melts away. He
Something
turns
tells me we're not playing with full deck here.
He turns to you, the mist exhaling from his mouth. He says, "Oh, I love it when they run." He takes another legendary action and leaps at Dirge. You can go ahead and give me another opposed grapple check.
Come on, baby. Fuck me.
Oh!
Well, Terror could roll lower.
Yeah, but he won't.
Yeah, he rolled in 11 on the die, so
Okay.
yeah, he's beaten that check, and once again he leaps onto Dirge, this time pinning him to the floor. The mist is puffing onto Dirge's face, nearly choking him, and as he pins down Dirge's arms, he says, "This time I won't miss," or as he pins down your shoulders.
King Kong the fuck out of this guy.
Dirge takes 8 plus 5 is going to be 13 damage. He takes 13 piercing damage from the claw attack, and he takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
So 3, so 6.
It is Malik's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run up and go with the Thunderwave plan that I had previously.
That is a good idea.
Give me a Constitution save DC 15. Although this is probably less effective because he probably has proficiency in those.
But would you be surprised? Or wait. That's a 9 on the die. He passes.
Of course.
Oh man, what a surprising result.
I thought it was a 6 for a second. I was like, well, he still takes half damage.
He only takes 5 damage, but also, everybody within a 300-foot radius heard that.
Yeah, they did.
Uh-oh.
So basically, can we assume that that Lumagrex and Woody and Stormier will rush to our aid soon?
Oh yeah, hey, Stormier is there too. I completely forgot about Stormier.
You forgot about Stormier? Stormier has just as much as of a beef with Terrify.
Yeah, that's
I think he should get like the 2 turns that he didn't get.
Stormier would have failed the fear save. And I just rolled him for his turns. His fear would come off at last round. And Stormier would begin raging and say, "Hey, I'm the only one who kills that asshole."
He would have been raging from the start, so that would be 2 procs of his lightning aura.
Stormier doesn't have a rage. He used it in the tunnels and then in the last fight.
He's got 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Brent, I don't know if I'm down or not.
Woody healed you, right?
Sorry, at 3rd level, barbarians get 3 rages, so he does have 1 more. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, at 2, I know he used them, but at 3, he has 1 more then. Yeah, Stormier starts raging this turn. Rolled initiative for him. He moves after Dirge. So that was the bottom of the round.
Hold up. I would like to position myself such that Stormier can flank.
Okay.
How much did he heal me?
Did you not record it? I don't remember how much it was. I remember he healed you once, bringing you back to 0, and then another time that was for like, I think like 8 HP.
Was that before or
So
after
put
we
yourself at
teleported here? Because I fought the knight, and then he took me down.
Oh yeah, Dirge would be lingering at, Lumigrax would be lingering at 1 HP to just wake you back to consciousness. However, it is Terracry's turn. He is going to make another bite attack at Dirge. He is going to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting the scaled damage for his aura he has right now. Oh no! Alright, Dirge is gonna take some damage.
I mean, yeah.
It is coming out as necrotic damage.
Okay, I still have resistance to that.
Okay.
His bear totem is ridiculous.
That sad moment when you might not have enough D8 because your family frickin' threw them all around the house.
Well, I don't know, Brandon. How many do you need?
Not many at all. Only like 2 times 4. 14.
So how does a werewolf have an aura that does 8d8 damage?
You guys don't know what Terracry is. He looks like a lycanthrope. Terracry came from a very specific war.
A dragon?
No, he is not. The technical name for him is the Dethen. D-E-T-H-E-N. As basically
That sounds really made up.
It is made up. You guys wouldn't know anything about him unless you knew the history of this world, though. But anyways, that damage is going to be 32 necrotic damage from the bite, and 8 piercing damage from the bite.
Okay.
He lunges forward. As he does, his claws sink into your shoulder, and he just clenches down for a moment. The mist just that's seeping out from his mouth melts at your skin.
All right.
It is Dirge's turn.
Okay, so I suppose I have to break out of his grapple, or can I just attack him?
You can swing on him.
All right. Here it is. Come on. Come on. Why you no work? Oh, not that much. Here we go. Okay.
You have disadvantage on that roll, so that 11 is not gonna hit.
Alright, second attack.
Okay. That 15 is not gonna hit either. He sits up from his bite and says, "Squirm!" And then he's going to take a legendary action at the end of your turn. And jab Dirge in the face. Dirge takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
Alright.
He begins laughing. It is
Stormier's turn.
Stormier's turn. Oh gosh, let me pull up bin sheet for these 500 freaking damage attacks. Stormier is going to run up to him, battle axe in hand, and make... I know he's level 5. Yeah, he's level 5. He has to have extra attack. Oh, he wrote it down as double attack. Did that roll? Oh, I don't know why I rolled the... Alright, so that's going to be a crit on the first one, and I'm going to roll the second one. Alright, okay. So Stormier is going to do amazing. Wait, why did it roll that 2? Let's see. I'm going to roll that crit damage myself, because I don't think it's adding it. Let's see, he's rolling a... $2d12. Okay, there we go. Yeah, Stormier is going to heft his axe up and bring it down on Terrorcry, and he is going to deal 16 plus 6 is going to be 22 damage to him, and he's going to...
Don't forget the rage damage.
Oh, is that plus 2?
Plus 2 this level, yeah.
Alright, yeah, he's going to do 24 damage to him, and he's going to say, "No, you squeal!" And he's also going to, yeah, make a save against, he's going to make a save against Stormier's lightning aura. Stormier begins to crackle, and I gotta look up this damage. Pretty sure it's just 1d8. And Terrorcry is going to take some lightning damage. Alright. It is Malik's turn.
Hey. What did I miss?
We started a fight and I cast Thunderclap, which Woody definitely heard.
What he did here?
He heard a Thunderclap.
But are you still fighting Terrorcry?
Yes, we are still embroiled in combat. Taylor, with 1 hit point, has just entered the fray.
You guys, alright, so yeah, Taylor, you're going to be moving at the end of this round? Or no, you'll be moving next round. You'll be moving next round. Stepping in.
Right?
Potion of healing.
Not at the top. Terrorcry did beat him for initiative.
Does Malik have any kind of healing that he would be willing to offer?
None that I can use on other people.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure I've already used my second wind.
Malik notices as as Stormier steps forward to engage with Terrorcry, and Lumigrax starts starts spinning his sword in his hand, Rachia takes off.
How?
Boy.
Woody's watching her.
No, you guys were escorting her to the safe house.
Yes, and Woody stayed outside to watch her.
Woody's not with you. Woody's with Elena.
Woody's with Elena.
Yes, they were having a conversation about their Dahlias.
I think you guys are fucked because let's back up for a second. I have no more cure wound slots. So
can I point towards her and say, "No, Grex! After Grex! Grex! Chase her!"
Grex is going to first drink a potion of healing.
All right. I'll allow that action this round of combat for you. What's Malik doing?
Does Grex look like he's going to chase her?
Grax looks like he is on his toes.
What's the D?
Potion of Healing's 2d4 plus 1, I believe, if it's a common potion. I will look it up in the DMG just to double check for you.
D4?
Yes, you can also search it on Roll20. If you just search Potion of Healing in the compendium, it should come up.
Okay, I got 7 back, so I am at 8.
As an action, can I attempt to intimidate what's her name into staying put?
You can, but I mean, you're looking at stay here and don't move or else I'm gonna kill you right after we're done fighting this guy who's about to kill our barbarian. You can go ahead, but it's going to be a hard check.
I ain't dead yet.
Okay. Can I cast Chill Touch on her and then piggyback an intimidation check on top of that with the threat that, you know, that's too meta. I'm going to tell her. Can I dash and then make an intimidate check?
Dash is a dash is
an action.
Yeah, I will allow you to dash and say words to her, and she may or may not stop.
How far away from me is she?
She is outside the door, and she took a dash action on her turn, so she is 60 feet away from you.
Okay. I would like to.
I'm sorry, she's 70 feet away from you.
I'll take a dash action after her, and it's almost not worth it at this point. Actually, you know what? Forget it. Terror Cry dies. I'm gonna cast. Chill. No, you know what? Let's go with a Frostbite. DC 15 Constitution save from him.
All right, he's going for it. He's going to pass that check at a 17.
Okay, it was worth a shot. Giving him disadvantage on his next attack would be pretty worth it, in my opinion. So that does nothing. Malik is then going to move out of the way so that Lumigrax can start flanking with Stormier. Malik is going to move towards the door.
All right.
I thought I was going after the girl.
I'll tell Lumigrax, change your plans. I'll go after the girl. You kill Terror Cry.
I only have 8 HP left.
He's really not worried about you right now.
Alright, so that is Malik's turn. Top of the round, Terror Cry's moving. He's going to, he's still on top of Dirge. How is Dirge looking right now?
He's looking pretty scratched up. And angry. Pretty scratched. Or cut up, I should say.
I'm gonna roll a percentage die for if Terror Cry enters a bloodlust or not.
Alright.
How does Terror Cry look?
Terror Cry, you guys have dealt 62 points of damage to him. He is not bleeding.
Tell us what we want to know.
Yeah, he is not bleeding. He looks a little
He's
worn.
not bleeding.
He looks a little worn, but he looks like he's still got a good amount of fight left in him. Terror Cry, unfortunately, is going to howl. Becoming even more beast-like. Where he used a fist before, his clenched fist, as he tries to hold it closed, his claws just kind of come out, and his hand curls. And he tries to say words to you, but as he says them, they only come out as just incomprehensible growls.
So pretty much that's just how Dirge hears him anyway. So.
No change.
Nope.
He's going to stab down with his claws. This time doing 2 claw attacks at Dirge. Not even bothering to bite him. Just digging at his flesh, just pulling it apart. Dirge is going to take good heebie-jeebie. Dirge is going to take 18 points of slashing damage on the first one, and another 18 on the second.
16? Okay.
It is Dirge's turn. He is currently on top of you, rending you apart.
Okay. So my ratio ability for half orc kicks in. I'm now reduced to 1 hit point, or I'm maintained 1 hit point. I'm going to attack twice.
All right.
Because that's really the only feasible action I have. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Whoop, stop it. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Alright, that's going to hit him.
Alright, second attack. Is not going to hit.
Is not going to hit. You do get saves against the fear at the end of each of your turns, by the way. I don't know if you've been rolling it.
No. No, I haven't.
I think you missed 2 of them.
Turn, so
or, yeah, just last turn, never mind. Go ahead and roll that save for the fear.
Okay, let me pull the sheet back up because this UI isn't the best. Wisdom, you say?
Yes. Wisdom save DC 16.
Wisdom it is. Fuck me running.
Alright, you get another one at the end of this turn. Whenever you choose to end.
Alright. Alright, 16 damage.
Alright, your Warhammer, as you smash it into him, he barely seems to flinch from it.
Uh-huh.
Alright, it is the end of Dirge's turn. He doesn't take a legendary action, as now there are lots of other people in combat. Rachia beat Stormir for initiative. Let me look at her list of stuff. And is Lumigrax running after her?
No. I thought he spent his action from last round drinking a potion and didn't get an action this turn yet.
Oh yeah, no, Lumigrax would move after the boss. So,
Yeah,
you can go ahead and take your turn now, Taylor. Let me put the initiative, or actually I'm just going to make a note of initiative. So I was keeping it in my mind, but lots of people just entered it. What's Lumigrax doing?
Her.
One more time?
He'd be running after her.
Alrighty. He takes the dash action after her?
No, I moved so that you could flank with Stormir.
He says, I don't want to die.
Okay.
Well, no, I'm so sorry, Taylor.
What?
What?
No, that's your action?
Uh-huh.
Alright, and moving at the bottom of the round, it is Malik. Okay, cool.
What about
Alright.
Stormir?
Stormir moves after Rachia. She...
So Stormir still hasn't taken his turn this turn.
Yeah, this is a new round. Stormir moved last round. He dealt 28 points of...
What happened this turn?
Yeah, he moves after Rachia. Rachia hasn't moved yet.
Oh.
Yeah, she has a turn. She is going to turn and yell in the night, which is barely heard over the ringing bells of the city. She's going to yell, "Sorry!" And from the cold catching him off guard, several nearly invisible shards of ice are going to form and fling themselves into Lumigrax.
Oh no. Am I dead again?
We're about to see.
I told you, Taylor.
Cowardice
My
never
face, man.
pays.
My face when chasing after the potentially harmless girl was actually the more dangerous action you could have done.
She had her missile defense system engaged.
Let's see. 3 darts of 4 are 1d4 plus 1. One more dart for each spell slot above first, and she's casting it in a 3rd level spell.
Does she hit my AC?
She flings magic missiles at you, and they are going to deal 2, 4, 7, 9, plus 3 is going to be 12 points of force damage at Grax.
Why?
Grax is pelted apart He drops to one knee. The Bridgehound venom is still pumping through your system. Your body starts flaring those warning signals of whoa, stop, 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 whoa, stop, 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 we're dying, but you don't feel any pain.
I'm down. I'm still up.
You are at 0 HP, but you are still conscious. Once again, from the aforementioned Bridgehound venom.
Okay.
She continues to run. Alright, so, dude, it is...
Because she cast, that would mean that she doesn't have...
Yeah, she only moves... Yeah, she only moves 30 feet this turn, so, Lumigrax did actually catch up to her, or rather not catch up to her, but, he is within a dash of her. I don't know if he has an action surge to do anything if he, catches her next turn.
I don't.
But yeah, it is Stormir's turn, and he's going to...
Real quick, can I request that Stormir holds his action?
How so? How would you communicate this to Stormir, RP-wise? Because he's raging right now. And he hates Terracry because he made him a slave.
Yes, but if he waits until I'm in position, he gets flanking.
I'm going to roll him a flat intelligence check on that.
But if it were Ben in the seat, he'd do it.
I doubt that. You'd be surprised how many
He's
people don't
not here.
make optimal combat plays. He gonna swing that great axe.
Why'd you roll it 3 times?
Oh, I thought I only rolled it twice. My bad. He hits on the first 2. I only got the sound cues for one when I rolled it the first time, or rather when I rolled it the first 2 times. And then I got the sound cue again on the third. But yeah, Stormir is going to deal some damage, and I can actually click this time since it's just regular damage. Both of those are going to hit. Stormir's axe does seem to actually phase Terracry as he flinches a little bit this time, taking the damage.
10 and then 12. Don't forget the rage.
Yeah.
And the dex save.
Yep, and on the end of his turn, Stormir's, this one is going to be a lot lower, so let me double check Stormir's save. Cool. Of course you wouldn't have that written down, Ben, because you're stupid. I'm pretty sure this one's off his constitution. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terror is going to fail that this time, and take a d8 of lightning damage. A whole 1.
I thought it was 2d8.
Oh, alright. Let me roll a second one for the other one I didn't calculate. He doesn't have it on his sheet. He just has his rage on here and no anything about the damage it does.
I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, it's on Earth Barbarian, but yeah, he is going to take a whole 9 points of lightning damage.
1 and then 8.
Alright, it is bottom of the round, Malik's turn.
It's 2d6 lightning damage.
Alright, I'm actually just going to reroll all the lightning damage he's taken. That is a totally different average. Alright, you'd be surprised. He takes the same amount from the first one and half as much on the second one.
Oh, never mind.
What is Malik doing this turn?
He's gonna be really, really exasperated with Lumagrax and his decisions, and say, "Well, okay then." And then he's going to move into position where he is flanking once again with Stormir, because reasons, and cast Chill Touch. I assume a 21 hits his AC.
It does. He is not regaining any HP. What's the damage on that? 9 necrotic. Alright. Eight. Alright. So far, you guys have dealt a grand total of 85 damage to him.
Wait a second, we dealt.
He has gained resistances to some of your guys' damage, and he has also had temporary hit points at points in this fight.
Well, that's not regaining health, so.
But that is just the damage output I have tracked for you guys so far. Terror Cry at this point is not bleeding yet. He is huffing, and he does seem to be losing control of himself. Still on top of Dirge, he is just going to continue rending him apart, yelling over and over again, "Squirm! Squirm! Squirm!" Until it becomes unrecognizable. In his blind fury, he is going to miss both attacks.
Nice.
You lucked out. It is Lumagrax's turn. Roll me a death saving throw. Roll a d20. There you go. You got one success.
Maybe not potentially dying. Yay!
What does Lumagrax do?
Lumagrax wants to stabilize himself.
Alright. You can clearly see those bolts from Magic Missile just rip through you. You have several holes in you. You can make I believe it's a heal check or a medicine check this edition, to try and pull off pieces of your shirt and bandage those up. Oof.
Nope.
What is medicine? I think you spent your second wind already.
Yep.
That's called a fighter heal check.
Does Lumagrax keep moving?
Or he doesn't want to get... Does he?
Oh, you cut out? I heard he doesn't want to get... Does he?
Damaged anymore, does he?
I mean, I don't think he does.
Nah, so he's
your
not
character.
gonna do anything.
Alright, so... Lumagrax was 10 feet from her. Or no, Lumagrax was actually right on her tail. Because he was next to her when she... No, Lumagrax took a turn to drink. So yeah, Lumagrax was 10 feet on her. And then she moved 30 feet away. So she is 40 feet from Lumagrax right now.
And I take my movement to go back to wherever the fight is.
All right.
Fight.
I'm gonna see if she does anything else. Alright. Yeah, so, Lumagrax moves back towards the fight. Rachia, is going to, continue running away, once again screaming, "I'm sorry!" And also, internally being really surprised, like, wow, how's that guy alive?
Spoiler alert, he's not.
Yeah, she's, continues to dash out of combat. Alright, it is, Stormir's turn.
No, it's not. My turn.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Rachia hasn't taken her turn yet. It's Dirge's turn.
I'll just stand out here and be clawed, that's fine. Alright. 2 attacks.
You can try and break his grapple on you and run or do anything else.
Run.
Like, that's an option at this point.
No. No, I've never made a character that run from a fight yet, so. Alright, let's see what we got.
I challenge you, Wesley. I challenge you.
20 is going to hit his AC.
Alright. And the second?
28 is also going to hit.
If I had a longsword, it'd be a crit.
Not the case, actually. Not in this edition. If
Oh,
you were
that's
a
right.
level fighter of the champion variety, you would.
Alright. So, damage on the first attack. Not bad. Damage on the second attack. Ooh.
Even better.
I can ground fight too, bitch!
Yeah, Dirge just, like, picks up his hammer, I imagine, and starts swinging, saying, "Get off me!"
No! Filthy mongrel mother.
Alright, as Dirge slams his hammer into Terrorcry's face, over and over again, Terrorcry, begins to howl, losing control of himself. A puff of smoke, comes from his body and his pores. Very briefly, the world around Dirge flickers. He can see an entire civilization around him of stone buildings. This is once again completely black, and he just takes us in for a brief moment. Where he's at looks entirely different before everything flashes back to normal. Terrorcry is now bleeding on top of you. At the end of your turn, he takes a legendary action. His words have stopped. There's just a silent coming from him.
That's nasty.
It is very nasty.
I got AIDS. I got cancer. I'm a furry now.
He is going to he's going to bite down into Dirge again. This time aiming for the jugular.
Right.
And Dirge is going to take
Is it more than 1 point of damage?
Yes, it is a lot more than 1 point of damage.
Is it 59 points of damage?
It is just the piercing damage alone before you get into before you get into his necrotic damage is going to be 17 piercing damage.
Okay.
Dirge unconscious?
Yep.
Alright. It is noted that Dirge does not have the similar black wounds as Lumagrax.
I would like to note that he finally took me down from path health.
Alright.
What an accomplishment.
Yeah.
It is
This double action economy.
Hey, he's a boss. He's not only got legendary actions, he's got legendary resistance. But he hasn't had to use that yet, so
We still almost kicked his ass.
it is Raichia's turn. She hears the howl, looking back, and she's gonna roll a wisdom save. Ugh, stupid character. Grax hears footsteps from behind him. Raichia is running towards the house.
Uh-oh.
It is Stormier's turn. Stormier's going to make 2 attacks. And he is going to miss both of those. Lightning Aura. Whew. 5, 5, 4, 4. The fudge is that? Alright.
Damage.
It is Malik's turn.
What about mine?
You took your turn already. You moved before Dirge did.
Okay.
The boss has been using a legendary action at the end of people's turns. What's Malik doing?
Thinking that now that he's not grappling Dirge, he's either going to coup de grace Dirge, or start attacking either me or Stormier. And I would very much like to continue not being attacked, because I only have no resistance to any of the damage that he deals, and not a lot of health to do it with. So I want to try Frostbite again, but I know that he'll probably succeed on that. Then again, he hasn't been regaining health, and the necrotic damage is probably something that he has resistance to. Have I noticed a marked lack of effect in the necrotic damage, Brandon?
You haven't attacked him since he started bleeding. However, it does look like parts of his fur are shifting. There is some magical aura affecting him now.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna make him do a dexterity save, because he probably still sucks at those.
Alright, even now with advantage on saving throws, he fails that. He takes 10 damage.
Come again?
He takes 10 damage.
No, the bit before that. About the saving throws and advantage on...
yeah, you see your spell, fling on him. The acid doesn't stick to him. it hovers above his fur before it finally seems to seep down onto him. He has an advantage on saving throws against spells.
Okay. That's,
Malik can make an intelligence check for free. He went to college.
He did go to college. And it was not for nothing.
Malik still has no idea what Terror Cry is, but resistance to spells is not a trait uncommon for fiends.
Alright then.
Alright, that's the bottom of the round. Terror is moving at the top of the round. Oh my gosh, can you guys survive another turn?
I guess we'll find out, won't we, Brandon?
Yeah! Oh, you guys got Stormier, so that'll be alright. Yeah, Terror stands up, off of Dirge, and is moving towards, Stormier. He is hulking over the Barbarian, which is making Stormier look tiny. At this point, it's hard to think that that was even possible. He's going to swing once at Stormier, smacking him aside. And he is going to take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. Which,
Halved.
yeah, I'm halving it for him. I have Stormier's HP up on my tablet, so it doesn't appear on the stream, and it's like I gotta remind myself my mouse doesn't move over from my screen to down to my tablet. Alright, that is... Oh, Stormier is shoved 10 spaces as the path now opens between Terror Cry and Malik. It is Lumagrax's turn. Rachia is right behind you, running with exhausted breaths.
Oh. I gotta do another save.
Yeah, but at the end of your turn.
At the end of my turn?
Yeah.
Do I know why she's running back?
You see... Are you looking at her? Are you gonna spend your turn doing an insight check on her?
Please don't do that.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
it is.
It's a very bad idea when you could take a dash action to get in here and help us.
I mean, I'm almost dead.
Yeah, well, if
Yeah.
Terror Cry, like, Brandon has already mentioned that he's gone uncontrollable at this point. If he gets loose, he's probably going to kill you anyway.
Lumagrax is running and inspects what's her face? Rachia running
Black
behind him.
Cobra.
She is clenching her holy symbol in her hand.
Which is information that you didn't need to roll an insight check for.
Yeah, Lumagrax is able to tell, hey, maybe she has some power to get this dude out of here.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, you can move, and then you can roll me a death saving throw.
Okay. How far am I away from Terror Cry?
You are just outside of the range of the steps of the house. Or no, you dashed. You're 30 feet from the house because you stopped to take an action. So you moving your whole movement this turn puts you in range to go into the house next turn.
Okay.
You have one failure on your death saving throw.
One success.
One success, one failure. Dirge, go ahead and roll me a death saving throw.
And
One
Taylor,
success.
also do that.
No, Taylor already rolled his. That was his 2.
Oh, okay.
Rachia is going to run into range of the house.
Cast Fireball.
Yeah, basically. She does have Burning Hands on her list. So, rip party.
We'll just roll up worse than before.
Yeah, I gotta look at the range on her spell. Do 60
Yeah.
feet. She's going to scream an incantation at the top of her lungs. Terror Cry is going to look up as he bursts into white flames. And he...
No, Karma.
might beat her DC.
You don't say.
Advantage on saving throws against spells is a heck of a thing. Anyways, Terror Cry burst into white flames. He leaps aside and sets his sights on Rachia outside. And begins to growl as he gets ready to dash towards her. She looks towards Lumagrax and says, "Can you stop him? I just need to hit him once." And she says, "Just get up, please, get up." You gain a healing word from her.
Yay!
Hey, sorry about those magic missiles that I threw into you unrepetantly earlier. Here, have some hit points.
Well,
That's not
she
even-
is stopping you guys from all dying to death.
Hey,
So I'm not dying.
only Dirge is dying right now. Thank you very much.
Well, she doesn't have sight on Dirge either. She has sight on this huge creature walking towards the door, though.
How much do I gain?
You regain 5 hit points.
Haha.
Yay!
Because she can cast that as a bonus action. She stands behind Lumagrax. It is Stormier's turn. Stormier, who's been pushed out of the way, is going to make an attack roll, or 2 attack rolls at
From where he
Terror Cry.
is it possible? Is
Oh,
it
I'm
possible
sorry.
for him to flank with Malik?
Yes, he would actually at this point, because the boss was moving towards Mallet. On the first one, it's going to be a miss. On the second one, it's going to be a crit.
Hey!
Okay. I want to quit for my birthday.
2... Oh my goodness gracious. 2 D12s of damage is going to be 11 plus 10 is 21 plus his 4 strength is going to be
25 plus 2 from raging is
yeah,
27.
27 points of damage. Stormir is bringing it tonight, and he gets the lightning aura too. The lightning aura is going to miss for and only deal half damage, which is 2. But Stormir is bringing it tonight, guys.
Point of reference: the aura is not a spell. He wouldn't have advantage on that save.
Yeah. Alright. He passed it on his first check though. Alright. Let me it is bottom of the round, Malik's turn.
Okay. Well, I guess since he has advantage on saving throws against spells now, I guess I have to go back to just attacking him with magic. Yeah. So, I'm just gonna hit him with Chill Touch again.
Alright.
14 does not hit his AC.
It does not.
Yeah. Alright,
Does Malik have any sorcery points?
I have 1 sorcery point, but that's not enough to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, because you could consume them to make some spell slots, but yeah.
I already did a... I think I already did that earlier.
Alrighty, it is...
Hang on, I still have my movement. Noticing Raichi is screaming in the doorway, and noticing his position, as it were, Malik is going to roll his eyes and position himself between Terracry and the door.
Alright. Malik with the boldness, good lord! You guys know this dude's damage output?
I am aware of his damage output. I am also aware that I have a spell that I cast only as a reaction, and he's got to hit me for that reaction to proc.
Do you have the spell slot?
It's not a spell slot. It's
okay.
a once per day thing because I am a tiefling.
Oh yeah, alright. It is top of the round. It's doing the same thing he did to Stormir. He is going to bash Malik out of the way. And he's going to fail. What's Malik's AC is what, like 16 right now?
19.
19? Yeah, he's gonna fail.
In chainmail.
Yeah, he charges towards Malik, tries to bash him out the way, fails to hit his AC. With his other hand, he is making a grapple attempt. Okay. Go ahead and roll me an opposed athletics or acrobatics check to get away from his grapple.
Wonderful. I'm terrible at both of those.
You could beat him.
Check that, Brandon.
He puts a hand on Malik, not digging his claws into him, but wrapping it pretty thoroughly, mostly around Malik's waist.
As a reaction to that, I think I have to take damage for it. Let me check Hellish Rebuke real quick.
Okay. I mean, grapple attack or grapple attempts substitute an attack roll on the attack action, so I technically count it as an attack if it's says a creature makes an attack at you.
It says one reaction which you take in response to being damaged by a creature within 60 feet of you that you can see. I have to take damage for it.
Okay. Alrighty. It is Lumagrax's turn.
So as my reaction, I'm going to say, I'm Not sure how I thought this would go. But yeah, there's the spell card.
Okay.
I think what Taylor meant to say was he's going in.
Yeah.
So, wait. Lumigrax moves forward and attacks? Is that Lumigrax's action?
Action can I do?
I mean, you can do that. So you're gonna move forward and try and stab around Malik through this doorway to hit him. That is going to hit. Go ahead and roll me damage. 13 points of slashing damage. Check if there are any 1s or 2s in there, because you do have the option to reroll them. Okay. Alright.
Another attack.
You do get a second attack. Go ahead and roll it.
If only you had advantage.
Yeah, you're going to... Malik is being grappled by this guy, and you're going to run into the doorway behind Malik and just stab in twice, and that's going to hit. It's just going to be that 11.
Reroll that 2, though.
Roll that 2?
Yeah.
What is it?
Reroll
What is that?
the... In your 11, you have 2 plus 4 plus 5.
Yeah.
Reroll the 2 on that one.
Type /R, space D6. There you go. Let's see. 3 plus 5.
That would make it 12.
12 damage. Oh. Alright. Grax is now contributing to the fight. Rachia, as you run off, yells, I said protect me!
Can I yell back, this is protecting?
It is... Where is initiative? Hey, it's Sturge's turn. Give me a death saving throw.
Ooh.
4? That is 1 failure. Alright, 1 failure, 1 success. Hey, I gotta look up something because I think she can do something stupidly OP because what she has is stupidly dumb.
Ooh, the girl.
Yes. Alright, no, she can't do that because, she can't do that because she doesn't have, or rather, it doesn't let her do that with the feat she has. But anyways, she is going to, cast Sacred Flame again. And Terror Cry is going to erupt in white fire. And this time fail! On a 9 and a 2 on the roll. He takes, oh man, that goes up by her level. And she's going to roll near minimum damage on it. That's great. 4 plus 5. It's going to be 9. He takes a burst of white flames hit him, and he seems horribly damaged by this. So much so that his animal-like instincts kind of dial back for a second. As he now looks at Riccio with hesitation. He growls, and at the end of her turn, takes a legendary action, and is going to is going to throw Malik into Lumagrax. Lumagrax, go ahead and give me a reflex save against his spell save DC to try and not be hit and pushed back by Malik flying into you. Click the part of your sheet at the top that says Dexterity. It should be a Dexterity save.
Okay.
Alright.
Nope.
Malik is going to be launched from Terror Cry. You guys are both going to collide into each other and fly. Malik 7 feet back, and which you both 2 spaces, and Lumagrax 10. You guys both take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. It is Malik's, or nope, it's Stormir's turn. Stormir is going to move behind Terror Cry and swing again with his axe. This time not finding the crit, but instead finding a solid 6 plus 5 is going to be 11. Finding 11 points of damage on him and targeting him again with his lightning aura. He saves against that lightning aura and fails it. Alright, it is Malik's turn.
Okay, did I take damage from that throw?
You took 4 bludgeoning damage, not from the throw, from colliding with Grax.
Okay. Okay, so if I don't move back in... Okay, so...
there is hesitation about him now.
About Grax? Or about...
Terror.
Oh, good, we got him on the ropes. Let's keep going. But no, yeah, I will actually move forward. I'm not going to move forward, but I am going to attack.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Well, I would, but the thing is, Chill Touch has a range of 120 feet, so I don't have to. I could
just... How do you, Grax?
Yeah. I'm gonna...
Isn't Grax at 1 HP right now?
Yep.
Yes, but he's also got that venom stuff, so there's no reason for him to not get in there.
Didn't stop me.
I'm going to raise my shield and my hand in front of Reichia and say, yeah, see, we were definitely the people that you wanted to stick with, as opposed to that thing. And I'm going to cast Chill Touch on him. I assume 24 hits his AC.
Nah.
Yeah, 24 is going to hit his AC. Roll damage.
4 necrotic damage.
Alright.
Thank you, 2d8. You definitely did good with rolling double 2s.
I can't re-roll them.
Yes, I'm acutely aware, Taylor, that I cannot re-roll the dice on my attack.
He feels that in his soul. Know the feeling.
Alright, you guys have dealt 139 points of damage to him so far. He looks like he's bleeding pretty bad.
Dealt how much?
139. That's what your party's dealt. You don't know how much Reichia has dealt to him. Oh, that's Malik's turn. It's Terra's turn. On his turn, he's going to step into the night. How?
Batman.
Yes. And then leap up onto the side of the building, begin climbing, and run across the shingled connected buildings. He dashed out. That is his turn. It is Lumagrax's turn.
Crossbow. My equipment.
Say it again. You cut out.
I have a light crossbow.
Okay, you want to take a shot at him?
If I'm in range.
You would be in range for 1 round. I believe light crossbow's like 60, then 120.
What do I roll for that?
You would roll an attack roll using your dexterity instead of your strength. So roll a d20, add your proficiency bonus, add your dexterity. Alright, that's going to be +3. What's your dexterity? You need 4 dex to hit him.
There's 2.
Oh, it's just 2? Alright, that is going to be a miss.
Okay.
Alright, so that is Lumagrax's turn at 1 HP. Still trying to go in. Dirge, roll me another death saving throw. You are at 1 failure, 1 success.
Alright. Shoot, get out the way. There we go.
2 successes.
Interesting.
Alright, it is Raichia's turn. She's gonna back away slowly, and start crying and say, "Please, I'm cold, I'm tired, I just want to go home." And she starts running. Again.
Can I, as a reaction, attempt to grab her?
Would Malik be that close to her?
I told you I moved in front of her.
Alright, yeah, you can take a reaction and try and grab her.
Alright, I guess I'll go for an athletics.
Malik's best skill.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, hold on, let me see what this one spell does. And if she can cast it.
Not on me, not on me, not on me.
Yeah, see, at this point, she could probably take Malik and Grax, but not Stormir. Stormir coming would be a pretty terrifying sight. But hold on, let me look what Shield of Faith does. It's bonus action.
Shield of Faith is cast as a bonus action, and it only increases your AC by 2.
Okay, yeah, I was just making sure it wasn't anything that could block a grapple. Anyways, she's going to roll an oppose, or actually, let me roll it right here. She's going to roll an opposed acrobatics check. And she is going to be grappled.
Now kiss.
She's actually going to use her feat of lucky and re-roll that, and just as Malik gets his arms around her, she is going to wiggle free underneath and keep running.
Okay, I will tell her. I wouldn't do that if I were you. The other option is you get a bit of acid on your limbs.
And she yells, "I have to run while my legs still work."
I can throw the acid really far.
All right, that is her turn. It is Stormier's turn. Stormier, walking out into the night, still holding his axe. Looks up at where Terrorcry ran to and just goes.
Coward! Oh,
yes.
Well, see, here's the thing. Terrorcry could probably take you guys out while you're all swinging into his resistances. Can't do it while Raichia's going into his vulnerability. So, and Dirge screams "coward" from on the ground.
Yeah, that's part of the
Unconscious.
Becomes conscious.
Coward.
Do you know who a champion is named Kled? From League of Legends, Wesley.
Kled?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that name.
He's got this voice line that I don't know if it triggers when you barely escape a fight or something. But like when he barely gets a kill, he goes, "Thou learn 'em." It's the best. That's how I imagine what just happened. Just like, what Dirge has a 60% chance to live right now, and he's just like, "Yeah, that'll show him to mess with me."
Like, well, you talking about League of Legends? I was a thresh man. Everybody else was a peasant. So.
But yeah, it is Malik's turn.
Since we're probably coming out of like, oh, go ahead, never mind.
God damn. Would I be able to move to Dirge's side to try and stabilize him?
You could. You also know Raichia is capable of healing spells too.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. If I cast Frostbite on her and freeze her leg off, she's probably not that liable to help us, now is she?
He's running away too.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
I tell Stormier, look, you run faster than me. Go catch her. And I'm gonna try to help Dirge. I wander over to Dirge and I roll a medicine check with my -1 in wisdom.
Okay, before you do that,
and I make the DC 10.
All right, there you go. Dirge has 3 successes and he stabilizes.
I stand up.
You're not conscious. You're stable.
Fuck.
All right, so
I swore in defiance.
Let me look at her spells. Stormier is going to take off like a linebacker after her.
Yeah, barbarian fast movement.
And she is going to think for a second. Should I enter this chase scene with Stormier? This is happening on the next. this is happening on the next round. Do you guys want to do anything? Or you want to let Stormier chug after her?
I would like to chase after. Wait, I can't.
Mhm.
So I dream. Dream dreams.
All right. Let us roll this. Stormier and her are going to enter a chase scene. As Stormier gets within range of her, though, clearly outpacing her, she turns and says, "I'm sorry, please don't freeze to death," and waves her hand at Stormier, who topples over. You guys see Stormier fall over in the distance in the sleet.
He dead?
You guys can't tell from here.
I guess I...
Do you walk up to Stormier?
Yeah.
He is snoozing like a baby in the grass, or on the road.
That is one really high sleep spell check she just made.
That was her last 3rd level spell. Yeah, you don't have to do anything to wake him up. He is magically sleeping. Let me see if I think you can use your action just to wake him.
He's
Sleeper
magically
takes.
sleeping?
Yeah, he's unconscious until the spell ends. The sleeper takes damage, or someone uses an action to shake or slap the sleeper awake. Technically,
a great sword.
yeah. Technically, she could have put Grax to sleep. Let me see if she had to. Subtract each creature's hit point total from the total before moving on to the creature. Let's see. Spell sense creatures. How many hit point creature can affect creatures within you choose within range of? Okay, yeah. You wouldn't be in range of the starting point. All right. So yeah. She is running into the night.
Okay.
You guys have any more ways of trying to catch her?
It's my crossbow again, but... Amateur. If I hit her...
You used your action to wake up Stormier. She moves a lot slower than Terrorcry. She would be within range of your crossbow for 2 rounds.
Uh-oh.
You do know she's, you use it? You do know she is capable of 3rd level spells, as you have seen.
I will not
as you have felt.
I will not use that then.
You can do whatever you want to do, but she's taken no damage so far. I'm just letting you know as far as like where your shots are gonna land on her. But otherwise, combat is over. You guys are at the safe house. Where Rachia, or no, actually I think, who was the last person with the paper? Malik had it? Malik still has the parchment from her.
doesn't feel safe.
Safe house doesn't feel safe. Well, you guys kind of enraged the guy protecting it for you.
Who needs protection?
That's what she said.
Hey.
You guys sleep here for the night?
No.
Well, we're not exactly ready to go out into the night and do more adventuring, such as we are.
But we don't want to sleep at the crime scene.
Well, I mean, the only crime that technically was committed here was, well, no, not that one. I mean, it's debatable whether or not Raichia would be able to find her way back here, or whether she'll last a night on the streets.
That's a good point. It is a big city.
Stormier and I actually have hit points, so I suggest to him that we continue looking for Raichia. She's bound to tire out eventually, and yeah, I just think we should go find her, because if we're not looking after her, she's probably going to get, I don't know, kidnapped by somebody else. Can't have that.
I was going to say, kidnapped again?
Yeah, but like by somebody else.
Hey, you stole what we stole.
Just wanders up to some would-be kidnappers, and we're like, okay, we really don't want to have to do this, but we're gonna have to ask you to let her come with us, because the alternative is we kill you, and you don't want to see him angry.
Yeah, alright, so yeah, you guys go looking for Raichia, headed off in the direction she headed to.
Yep.
Eileen, most of it is residential, however, there are a couple markets. As you guys get to one, there is, you notice there are crowds of people out, in the middle of the night. They are all, reveling and singing songs. You notice a couple people are bowed praying. It is worth mentioning the star overhead is still there.
Okay. If it helps at all, I do have dark vision.
Okay. Yeah, there are no lights lit. A few people have candles out.
Okay.
Most people are dressed in just heavy winter gear and are drinking and singing. However, it's dim light, as the light from the star is maybe 2 times that of a full moon. There's a light purple aura kind of over the city right now.
Do we see Raichia in the crowd?
I'm gonna roll Stormier a perception check.
Okay. I guess I should probably do that too. Well, that's not terrible.
Let us see. Oof. Poor Stormier. In the distance of this market, you do notice there is one person who, as everybody else here is in winter gear, there are no torches lit, it's in the middle of the night, in the middle of winter, it is freezing out here. There is one person who looks severely underdressed for this, and looks a little richer, moving on the far side of the market. She does not blend in at all.
Okay. We wander towards her.
Alright, you guys are moving about at the same pace as her. Do you make any attempts to be stealthy?
If we're moving about the same pace, see, here's the thing. I have disadvantage on stealth checks. And I have a -1 in dexterity. So Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, it's kind of like that moment in the spy movie where you're following someone and you're just kind of walking at the same pace, just shouldering between people of a crowd.
Okay. I kind of want to roll an intimidation check, but I know how you feel about intimidation checks. So
I mean, you can roll an intimidation check, but you just have to think about where you're at. You know, you're in the middle of a group of people. If you yell, like, "Come with us or we're gonna kill you," everybody's gonna look and be like, wait.
I want to intimidate the crowd into moving out of the way.
You can try that.
Well, charisma is my highest score, and I have proficiency in 4 skills, and intimidation is one of them. So I want to do it. Alright. I'm gonna roll an intimidation and shout at the top of my lungs, move out of the way! That's 21.
Alright, the crowd begins partying around you as you step forward.
Okay, can we
doing
move
so,
faster than Rygia?
you weren't originally noticed before. She looks back in your direction, and you could imagine she screams a little bit. However, she's too far away from you to hear exactly what she says.
Okay.
She begins running.
Okay, but can we move faster through the crowd now?
Yes, the crowd wasn't slowing you down at first. The crowd wasn't slowing you down at all. What was happening was she was walking and you guys were walking.
Okay, but you said we were shouldering our way through the crowd. That implies that we're being slowed down by the crowd.
Yeah, but you guys are moving. You're moving at an ease pace through the crowd.
Okay.
She's bumping through people, trying to get her way out of here. Yeah, running through the crowd, you would be moving slightly faster than her.
Okay, then let's do that.
Alright, I'm gonna put you guys in a chase scene.
Oh boy.
I know, right? As many times as I've had to use this table, God bless it. What is this? 252. Alright, you guys are able to move within distance to talk to her. Do you say anything to her as she runs from you?
Say again?
I said, do you guys say anything to her as she runs from you?
I don't think Stormir would say anything, and Malik is just ready for this night to be over. So he's just gonna carry on, roll his eyes.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a flat D20.
Okay.
Let's see. A 11. Malik doesn't get any complications as he runs through the crowd. Stormir, however, running beside Malik as people quickly move out of the way of you guys, now sprinting. Man falls, a drunken reveler falls in front of Stormir, tripping. Stormir barely leaps over him, losing 10 feet of movement to, or falling 10 feet behind Malik.
Okay, but he also runs at 20 feet more than I do per round.
Yeah, So he keeps pace with Malik. There you go. You can go ahead and roll another obstacle check.
That's a 9.
Alright. Oh. So, both, you are stopped, by a, man in the area of, as the rest of the crowd, parts from you, another man says, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, fella, what's the holdup?" It's Mathis.
Okay. Did he not hear my earlier intimidation check?
He did. He did not, he was not affected by it. Stormir, continues to barrel through this crowd as they are trying to get out of his way, but Stormir's just much faster than them. He makes another dexterity check, or another strength check to... Tell me he has an 8 on athletics. No? Oh, he's got a 7. There we go. Stormir, linebackers through the crowd as Malik is in front of this guy.
What can I do to get around this guy? Like, are there options in the book, or do I have to think on my feet?
You can simply run around him. If you do, he's going to make an opportunity attack against you.
Okay, then I'm going to roll another intimidation check. And I will tell him, "Look, I really don't have time for you."
Alright, roll it.
And as I do so, I'll sort of make a motion to the flail at my side. 26.
A 26? This man is in a very peculiar situation. Yeah, he stepped... Oh, go ahead.
Is that situation that he needs to get out of my way before I bash him upside the head?
He steps aside and says, even though I'm not on patrol right now, the rest of the city guard is. And he eyeballs, you. Doing that thing where he points to his eyes and points to you. He steps out of the way.
Okay, good. Because I really don't want to start another combat encounter. Does that cost me any speed?
Not much.
Okay.
You can move 20 feet this round.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, 40.
Okay. How much, how's, Rachia doing?
Not much better, than you. She hit an obstacle that round, too. You can't see who she's talking to, but, she was deterred, also. Stormir is gaining on her.
Okay. So another obstacle check, then?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me another one.
7.
7? So Stormir's already barreled past this point. He knocked 2 people aside, and as he did, they started fighting each other. The revelers did. They are disregarding you and not partying as they punch each other.
Okay, so can I just walk around them?
You can. However, it does seem to be growing in nature as one guy ducks out of the way, punches another. The fight grows a little bit larger. It's going to cost you movement to get around it, or DC athletics, 18 athletics or acrobatics check, or charisma intimidation check to get past the brawlers unimpeded.
Well, I have 2 in athletics and 7 in intimidation, so let's see how this goes again.
On it. By the way,
15.
I will let you reconsider that choice just because I didn't tell you the last part of it. On a failed check, you take 2d4 bludgeoning damage, and the brawlers count as 10 feet of difficult terrain. Do you continue with that action?
No, I'll make an athletics to try to jump over him.
And that's on any failed check. You take the 2d4. Or you can spend your turn walking around them, which you don't dash this turn. So it's either 10 feet of difficult terrain on your dash, or you choose not to dash and avoid it.
The difficult terrain isn't the deterrent so much as the damages, because I actually cover more ground if I dash and over difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just reading you the whole effect of that obstacle.
I'll stick with the intimidate check because it's not likely I'd do better on a athletics check.
You take 4 bludgeoning damage, and the brawlers count as difficult terrain.
Okay.
Stormir and Rachia moved unimpeded that round. Once again, Stormir and Rachia are going to move.
Stormir is gaining.
Yeah, unimpeded, and Stormir is right on her tail.
Okay. Another obstacle then?
Yes, for Malik.
Let's see. It says a large obstacle?
Oh, yeah, large obstacle such as a horse or a cart blocks your way. Make a DC 15. Your large obstacle right now is Stormir barreling through this crowd, just leaving a wake of destruction behind him. They want to move to get out your way, but they can't, because they've already... Oh, go ahead.
There's a pile of bodies.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. Okay. Well, I have a -1 in acrobatics, so there's no way this could possibly go wrong. Except that. But look at that.
Alright.
Look at that. If I had disadvantage, I would actually get a 0 on this acrobatics check.
Yeah, Malik's going... just trying to keep up with Stormir. This round, Stormir is going to be right on her tail. She got an 11 and Stormir got a 10. Forced to make a sharp turn. She dashes around one of the market stalls set up here. Stormir has to make a DC 10 dexterity check to get around it. And he's going to he's gonna have a nat 1. On failed, you collide with something hard and take 1d4 bludgeoning damage. Stormir says, "What cart?" and barrels through it. He takes 2 bludgeoning damage.
But it didn't say anything about slowing him down.
Nope, not at all. Well, it says so you collide with something hard. Yeah. But it doesn't matter because this next round he would catch her anyways. Malik can roll can roll his obstacle check.
Okay. Come on. Malik, seeing that Stormir is just about to catch her, is going to just stop and be like, you know what? He's got it. Malik isn't really sure why he bothered to begin with.
All right. Gotta look at how her spells work. So she is out of 3rd level spells, and she used 1 1st level spell. She does have the chance to cast 1 spell before Stormir grabs her, and it better count.
I want to contest that. I want an initiative check to see who would get that first action.
Well, if we're moving off last initiative, it would be...
this is a different combat encounter.
Yeah, it would be her, but on a new initiative. Let me double check the chase rules, because I just recall it saying they can cast spells and attack on their turns. Let's see. 252.
Yes, but we didn't roll to see who goes first in the technical turn order. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
There's not a structure here. And if you're just going to default to Reichia gets the first turn, that doesn't seem very fair.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking at it now, just making sure.
What's going on now?
We're seeing whether or not Reichia is going to get another chance to put Stormir to sleep.
Stormir is going to win that initiative check. Let's see.
Literally all he needs to do is sit on her.
Yeah.
Not like this.
He's gonna make a grapple attempt at her. And this is about to be terrifying. You guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Did that roll? I'm not seeing it on my
Oh,
screen.
there it is.
Alright, there's 1 and there
Wait,
is 2. The first one, I'm assuming she can easily pass that. And the second one, I don't even think... So she's gonna nat 20 that second one, and a 21. Oh.
She couldn't even beat that second one on a natural 20.
Yeah, but she might be able to make Stormir do worse. And let's see. Yeah, she can't, do anything to Stormir's roll yet. But yeah, on that second one, she is grappled. Her speed becomes 0.
All he needs to do is lean forward. That's it.
On her turn, you guys have no idea how terrified she is of you.
I don't know, why would she be?
Well, she did accidentally kill Grax, and then not kill him, and be like, wait, what? But let's see, you wore the cream.
She's not as terrified as us as we are of ourselves.
Later on, we're explaining it. Yeah, we're pretty sure he's a zombie now.
Mm-hmm.
Terai, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
Where I come from, they call them zombies.
The Walking Dead.
She's gonna say, hey, have you heard the one about the duck who lost its flock? And Stormier is going to make a wisdom save.
Oh no!
Stormier has a 0 on wisdom. I rolled a 4, but I'm just gonna roll it there so everybody can have a chance to see what it would have been from roll 20.
Alright.
Stormier begins chuckling at first. Just you see him in the distance. Let's go of Rachia and falls over laughing. Malik sees her get up and dust herself off. She looks back at Malik with panic in her face.
Malik will roll his eyes and say, "Look, we can do this all night. You can do this the easy way or the hard way." But no, hang on. I'll say, please, it's been a long day for the both of us. Let's just get some sleep and talk about this tomorrow. And roll a persuasion check.
Priorities have changed.
17.
17?
Yes.
She says, I get to let my family know where I am. I want my oath blade back, and no ropes. And no talk of breaking legs.
Malik will nod and say, "Yes, we can guarantee all that and a warm blanket to get you out of the cold. Right now, I'm most concerned about getting you, making sure that you don't freeze to death, first of all."
Section did not have my consent.
She is gonna look very hesitant, and then finally nod and say a few words to herself. You see the casting of more spells go off before she finally walks to Malik and say, "I couldn't let you guys die against whatever that thing was. I don't know what your problem is with me, but it's so cold."
He'll take off his winter cloak and wrap it around her. Now, Malik is cold, but he'll sit there like, this is better, I think.
She nods and says, "If you have a problem with my wife, let me know and I can try and talk to her about it. I've really been trying to help her."
He'll shake his head and say, "No, unfortunately, it's none of that. We will explain later tonight, probably, but more in depth in the morning."
We just need to destroy your government. It's cool.
Yeah, it's not so much a problem with you. It's just the government that you were a part of that we have a problem with.
But no, he'll say, okay. Gesturing towards Stormier, he'll say, and I'm rather partial to this oath, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, yeah, she... does she have the option of ending the spell effect?
Yeah. Any spell that you cast, you can end as a free action.
She would struggle for a couple moments before finally snapping and Stormier stopping his laughing. She says, "I'm sorry, my brother was the one who was always better at magic."
Malik will wave away that explanation and recount what happened in the sewers.
Ah!
Particularly about the wild magic surge.
Yeah.
Magic is hard.
Oh, hey, she's got to roll one right now. I rolled her other ones.
Oh boy.
And she does not get a surge.
Don't you do it!
Hey, she rolled surge on her sleep, her healing word, not on her sacred flames, and then on her Tasha's hideous there.
Yeah.
Oh, and she's got to roll one more. And no surge on that. Alright. So you guys want to end the session there?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to give EXP for. Solid overall session.
A bad experience.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you guys would have befriended Rachia earlier, you guys actually really could have killed Terror Cry.
If I had,
I knew it.
I've been higher than half health.
Yeah, if I wasn't dead for half the fight, you know.
Yeah,
Who'd gotten in there from turn 1.
he had a host of other abilities I did not have in front of me, and I didn't want to slow up the combat. He is a boss for you guys, if you ever decide to turn against Elena. But, yeah, so Elena's gonna show up, and then what, you guys all are gonna jump her?
I think they're just gonna start setting stuff on fire.
She'd walk inside and everybody'd be mad. It's like, wait, what's going on? But anyways, just solid session tonight. I think 1,000 across the board.
Maybe. Yeah.
How much?
1,000 across the board.
Tasty, tasty.
Let me math real quick, actually. There are 6 of you. There's Stormier, Lumigrax, Dirge, Rachia, Stormier, Malik, and Woody was here. You guys, I'm gonna give you guys, an additional, 500 for experience learned, while fighting Terror Cry. Maybe Rachia would have a better idea what he is, and if not, there are other people in the city you can go to investigate. Particularly the guy that Group 2 is gonna kill next week, who is a history buff.
We could go kill Group 2 before that happens.
Group 2 walked into his home and was just like, yo, you dishonored me, we're gonna fight, and he's like, and he takes off his shirt and he's like, let's engage in fisticuffs. They're like, no, we're just gonna kill you. He had a whole speech and everything planned out. It's life, man. Otherwise, I'm gonna. Oh, let me put you guys on the calendar for your next sessions on the 17th of this month. My birthday is on the 18th, so I may or may not be drunk that night. But we will see.
Yeah.
Regardless, the session will go off. So, or not go off, go on. Anyways, good session tonight. I'm ending the broadcast.
I was